There have been a number of casualties in a mid-air collision between a light aircraft and a helicopter in Buckinghamshire, according to the local ambulance service. The crash took place over the village of Waddesdon near Aylesbury and was reported to police at 12 this lunchtime. Buckinghamshire Fire and Rescue Service tweeted to say their firefighters are helping at the scene. And in the last few minutes, police have said that roads closed around the scene have now been reopened. Well, our correspondent Sophie Long is following the story. I know details are emerging quite slowly, Sophie, but what more can you tell us?
Yeah, well, let's look at what we know at the moment, and that is that a helicopter and a light aircraft have been involved in a mid-air collision over Buckinghamshire. Now, we know the collision took place just after midday near Waddesdon, close to, but not over the grounds of Waddesdon Manor. It happened near a village called Upper Winchenden. That's about a mile and a half from Waddesdon. And we think it took place over dense woodland. Now, obviously, we know that there were people travelling in both vehicles, but we don't know at this stage how many or indeed what condition they're in. We do know that there are, as you would expect in a case like this, casualties. Now, Thames Valley Police are coordinating the operation. They say, as you would imagine, that the priority at this stage is saving lives. Now, both of the aircraft involved are understood to have come from Wycombe Air Park near High Wycombe. Now, a spokesman for the airstrip there said that Wycombe Air Park can confirm that at 12 o'clock today we were informed of an incident northwest of Aylesbury involving two aircraft, both from Wycombe Park. They weren't able to confirm anything else at this stage. It's thought, though, we're hearing reports that the managing director of Wycombe Air Park may give a statement a little later this afternoon. Now, for those who know that air park, it's also known as Booker Airfield. It's approximately 20 miles from the crash site. Now, in terms of the response that is, of course, ongoing, South Central Ambulance Service said they received the call at 12:09 this afternoon. Now, they've got a number of teams at the scene at the moment, including Thames Valley Air Ambulance, 2 ambulance crews, 2 ambulance officers and a rapid response vehicle as well. They've confirmed that they're dealing with a number of casualties, but again, we don't yet know how severe the injuries are. Buckingham Fire and Rescue Service, they're also at the scene. They've currently got 7 vehicles responding to the incident, including fire engines as well as an urban search and rescue vehicles. So that really gives you an idea of the scale of this. It's an ongoing rescue operation at this stage. Air accident investigations are also at the scene, but as you can imagine, the priority at this stage, as police have said, is saving lives. People getting to understand what happened, why this happened, those will be questions to be answered at a later stage. So the situation at the moment, it's an ongoing rescue operation. Advice to people in the area would be, of course, to steer clear. We heard from Thames Valley Police earlier that a number of roads had been closed and there would be disruption throughout the course of the day. We have just heard, as you said, that those restrictions on roads have been lifted.
And am I right, Sophie, that there is an RAF base nearby?
That's right, yeah. RAF Halton is about 10 miles away from where this accident has happened. We have spoken to them this afternoon. They have confirmed that no military aircraft were involved. And then a little later today, we heard from Wycombe Air Park, who said that both the aircraft involved had come from there. So we're waiting for more details, but we do know that there was no military aircraft involved in this.
And people might know the area because of Waddesdon Manor, which I think is looked after by the National Trust. And I know they've been speaking. Just remind us again what they've said, because at one point I think there was some thought that perhaps the accident had been over their land.
There's a lot of action on Twitter, as you can imagine. There was some speculation that this has happened over their land. They have been quoted as saying it didn't happen over their land, it happened very nearby. You're right, it's a manor house. It's owned by the National Trust. They took over ownership in 1957, I think, but it's run on the National Trust's behalf by the Rothschild Foundation, I believe. But yeah, this accident didn't happen over their grounds. We believe it happened over dense woodland nearby.
So just remind us again what we know and what police are telling us, Sophie, because, as you were saying, they are coordinating the response.
Yeah, Thames Valley Police are coordinating the response, and as you can imagine, details are being slightly slow to reach us because the emphasis now and all the priority is dealing with the situation on the ground. As you can imagine, a very busy scene there. 2 aircraft involved in a mid-air collision. Eyewitnesses on Twitter sort of saying that they heard an explosion just just after midday today. So we know that a helicopter and a light aircraft were involved. It took place just after midday. A big emergency response at the scene at the moment. Ambulance service confirmed that they are dealing with a number of casualties, as you can imagine, in an incident like this. We don't at this stage know how many people were on board either of the aircraft or what condition those casualties are in. We know that the air ambulance is at the scene, so the priority at this stage really getting all those involved the medical attention that they need as quickly as possible.
Well, as you say, details are still coming into us, but for now, Sophie Long, thank you.